Good afternoon, everyone. It's July 10th, 2020. Earlier in my video, I mentioned I'm trying to find peace and gratitude during these increasingly shitty times. And one of the ways I do this is I'll come outside and watch my chickens and my dogs. And they are a trip. They really are. The rooster here, he's a gentleman. He will find food and then call the girls over to it and point it out to them and let them have it. He's a very, very cool bird. Very cool. And chickens are a lot smarter than people think they are. I find that to be peaceful, to come out and watch them interact with each other, watch my dogs, watch the trees blowing in the wind, all that kind of thing. But times are going to get increasingly worse. And UN is coming out and talking about how if we don't do it their way, well then this whole thing will end up lasting 5 to 7 years. But if you're willing to give up some of your sovereignty, just a little piece of your freedom, it could last as little as 3. Keep in mind that the outcome is going to be the same either way. The outcome will be a one world order. Now, all of our governments aren't just going to hand over full authority right away. That will take some time. But understand, make no mistake about it, they will eventually get their way if they don't get some kind of pushback from us. I sincerely believe that they will fail in their endeavors, but it's going to take a little bit of work from everybody. So, this whole idea that we're going back to the sports bars to watch our football and our soccer and our MMA fighting, you can forget about that. That's never going to happen. It's not going to happen anymore. One state at a time, or a couple at a time, will fall, and the UN, IMF, World, the International Monetary Fund, the World Health Organization, all them UN-related organizations will have all of the perfect solutions already waiting. They already have what they consider to be the perfect solutions waiting. And they're not good. Not good for us anyway. And keep in mind, owning private property is now considered racist. Anything you do that's not in line with the globalist agenda is racist. And if you, as I said in my earlier video, if you fail to acknowledge, or if you fail to agree with this agenda, you are a pariah, at least in the eyes of the ruling class. In the eyes of the ruling class. And their believers. So this whole food shortage thing, this is all a intentional deal, the whole thing. And it's exactly what a lot of other people have said, along with myself. It's the implementation of Agenda 21 or 2030. And your beloved leader, the man, the right-wingers swore would be our savior, is, I like to call him a slavior. Is helping this along. It's all right. So, and remember, people went to the polls or the voting boxes, their little locations, and you remember they voted for this. They voted for all this. They consented to it by virtue of their vote. And the more you do this, the more power they take. And this power that's taken is never easily regained. Never just willingly given back. Keep that in mind, because these people are demanding more and more power in the name of white privilege and racism, in the name of climate change, in the name of public health, among other things. So, again, people, I wanted to, a couple years back, before a lot of bad shit happened to my family, actually it was the cause of the bad shit. I was trying to get people to group up and to get stash houses of food and other supplies in you know, fairly isolated locations. And the motivation behind that was, you know, the more people we can save on the ground, that's more people that's not running to the arms of this globalist agenda. So, and unfortunately, when the ball got rolling, we had some legal problems and pretty much brought that shit to a screeching halt. But if you can help somebody else, you know, do it. And just make sure that it's not going to cost you big later before you help somebody else. Remember, your first responsibility, your first priority should be your own survival, especially if you have children. It is your number one duty is to survive, okay? And that means doing whatever you have to do, whatever is necessary when the time comes. Now, if you don't have the appropriate gear, weapons, a decent amount of food built up, I feel for you. I do. And you should do everything possible between now and the time that the shelves are completely bare, and they will be. Remember, this has got to be painful for us. So the shelves will be bare. Even if we have a bunch of stimulus money, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Because you can't buy goods that are not there. Keep in mind, the ports are mostly empty. Keep in mind, we were already using our grain reserves before all of this happened. Keep in mind that the very same leadership that is running for office, again, the Biden and Trump, the rest of them, the very same people have inflicted on us as a proxy for the UN a whole bunch of bad shit. Now, in my opinion, I think they will lose complete control, and once they do, they're not going to be able to regain it. So, anyway, I had some thoughts about trying to keep your mood at least decent, at least content. And one of the ways I do it is through interaction with nature. I cannot tell you how important it is that you get out there, outside, get some rays, get some fresh air, and to be by yourself, to gain clarity. It is in these moments that our ideas and thoughts are most clear, and our analytics are most clear. When you're not being bombarded by a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, thought I would chat with you all again today. See if I'll do it tomorrow. I think I'm going to take the kids swimming tomorrow, and I might do it from where we go. So until next time, kill the state, live free.